Hello there, good morning. It's Monday morning, it's 6 o'clock. We're with you all the way through until 9 with Susanna and Adil Ray here from 6:30. First, and breaking news this morning, a number of people have been killed and more than 20 injured, including children, after a driver ploughed into crowds at a Christmas parade in Waukesha in Wisconsin. A person of interest is now in custody, according to the police. Let's speak to our North America. A tragic picture here starting to emerge, a number of people having been killed. What more do we know about what happened here? Now, Austria is beginning another COVID lockdown as the government tries to limit the spread of the virus. It comes a week after a lockdown was imposed on those who are not vaccinated. The government has said it will make vaccinations compulsory from the beginning of February. Well, how long is it expected to last? A funeral service for Sir David Amess is taking place in Southend later today. MPs will vote later on a controversial amendment to the social care bill, which charities have warned will hit poorer people the hardest. Under the new plans, personal care costs in England for things such as washing, eating and dressing will be capped at £86,000. Once that amount is reached, care will be paid for by the local authorities. Offended the government's plan, saying everyone will be better off. Is that the true picture, though?
Well, it's so...
The fiancé of the murdered journalist Jamal Khashoggi has called on Justin Bieber to... The First Minister Nicola Sturgeon and Scottish Tory leader Douglas Ross will come together in a rare move to announce plans to tackle Scotland's drug problem. The latest figures show there were over 1,300 drug-related deaths in Scotland last year. That's a record high for the 7th year in a row. Juliet, so action's obviously needed on this. How significant is this move likely to be? Now it's 6:14. Let's find out what's happening with the weather. Laura's at the glittering crystal. That breaking news now, just to bring you an update on the story that we were talking about earlier, that the driver has ploughed into crowds at a Christmas parade in Wisconsin. Bring you any more details as they happen this morning. Lots more coming up for you on Good Morning Britain. Now let's get the news, travel and weather where you are. See you in a moment. Hello there. Let's take a look at the front pages of the newspapers now. The Telegraph. Now, 7 years ago, aid workers and journalists were brutally killed on camera by members of a British ISIS terror group named the Beatles. Now, as a suspected member of the cell goes on trial in the US, the global security editor for ITV News, Rohit Katru, talks to the victims' families about their fight for justice in a new documentary. Now, 6:24, Richard Arnold is here with the latest entertainment news. Morning, Richard, and I'm a Celebrity was back with a bang. Thanks very much. I can tell it's going to be a good series, this one, isn't it? Now, Susanna and Adil Ray will be here in just a moment. First, here's Laura with the weather. Morning, and breaking news this morning, 5 people have died.
Everyone else watching, you were spending a night...
Right, this is the one to get in the challenge, to really push people to the edge. So
I mean, I think if they... That's my theory.
I have to do.
How imagine he sat there with Judy before his...
In other news this morning, Austria has returned to a full national lockdown as the government tries to limit the spread of COVID-19. Last week, Austria became the first European country to make COVID vaccinations a legal requirement. That's due to take effect in February. Well, let's speak to... MPs will vote later on a controversial amendment to the social care bill, which charities have warned will hit poorer people the hardest. Under the new plans, personal care costs in England will be capped at £86,000. Once that amount is reached, care is then paid for by the local authorities. Details, because the case first came to public attention on the 2nd of November, when Peng Shuai posted claims online that the former vice premier of China, now in his 70s, had forced her into sex during an on-off relationship. Now, within minutes, her account was removed, and fears for her welfare followed when she wasn't seen in public for almost 3 weeks, with prominent players joining international calls demanding to know that she was safe. Serena Williams was among those, saying this must be investigated and we must not stay silent. Naomi Osaka said censorship is never okay at any cost. And Roger Federer said, clearly it's concerning. I hope she is safe. Well, then finally...
Absolutely brilliant night. Followed by a brilliant performance.
Thanks, Charlotte. Still ahead on Good Morning Britain. I'm a Celebrity.